We're tackling a really common challenge in language learning today. It isn't grammar and it isn't pronunciation. It's the awkward silence.
Oh, the dreaded silent.
Exactly. You're standing in an elevator or waiting for coffee, and you just need to say something.
Hmm.
So today we're doing a deep dive into the ultimate American solution to that problem.
Weather talk.
Weather talk. Specifically, we're breaking down a source called Simon Chat, Navigating the American Snowstorm. It's technically a lesson guide, but
But it's really a masterclass in American social behavior.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And since our mission today is to help you master this kind of small talk, we are going to keep our English nice and clear, nice and easy.
Absolutely. And the core insight from the source is this idea of an icebreaker, which is kind of a terrible pun considering we're talking about a snowstorm.
I actually think it's a great pun, but let's explain that concept for anyone who might not know it.
So an icebreaker is just a simple, safe phrase you use to relieve tension. You use it to start a connection.
Right. And Americans love weather talk because it's completely safe. Like, if it's raining on me, it's raining on you.
It's a shared experience. The source shows how people actually replace standard greetings with weather reports. They don't just say hello.
Right. They'll say, nice day.
Or in the middle of winter, they'll say it's freezing out there.
Yeah, let's pause on freezing for a second. Because technically, scientifically, that means water turning to ice. 0 degrees Celsius.
True, but the source highlights the social meaning. In a casual chat, freezing just implies you're uncomfortable.
It's an exaggeration.
Exactly. You're just exaggerating to show you agree that it's very cold.
Now, this Simon Chat guide centers on a specific event, right? A major winter storm.
Yeah, and the vocabulary gets a lot more intense. We aren't just talking about regular snow anymore. We're talking about a blizzard.
A blizzard. That's a key distinction.
Right, because if you use the word blizzard, you are signaling danger. It means lots of snow combined with strong wind.
It elevates the conversation from just it snowing to this is a serious event. And that intensity dictates how people react. Like in the source dialogue, one character says, this snow is crazy.
Yeah, crazy is a very common American usage there. They aren't talking about mental health.
Right.
They mean wild or surprising. They're just shocked by the power of the weather.
Which makes sense because the physical reality of a storm leads to the next key term, slippery.
Slippery is such a practical safety term.
Because there's no friction.
Exactly. Cars slide and people fall down. When you tell someone the roads are slippery, you're actually giving them a warning.
Which brings us to the social scenarios. The source breaks this down into 2 distinct settings.
Right, a social meeting and a workplace chat.
The social goodbye was really interesting to me.
You mean stay warm?
Stay warm.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like an instruction, but it's really not.
No, it's culturally specific affection. In the summer, you might say, take care. But in a blizzard, saying, stay warm, signals that I'm thinking about your physical comfort.
It kind of bonds you together against the cold.
It really does.
But then we move to the office scenario, and the tone completely shifts. It's less about safety and more about annoyance.
Complete annoyance. They use the phrase piling up.
Which paints such a vivid picture.
It does. The snow isn't just falling, it's accumulating, it's getting taller. And when it piles up, it leads to the one chore every American hates.
Shoveling.
Shoveling.
The heavy manual labor of clearing your driveway. The character in the dialogue is really blunt. They just say, I hate shoveling.
It's backbreaking work. But here's the funny twist. That misery brings up the absolute holy grail of winter vocabulary.
The snow day.
The snow day.
For those who don't know, this is when the weather is so bad that everything just shuts down. School is canceled and work is canceled.
And this is where the source reveals a really funny contradiction in human nature.
How so?
Well, look at the emotional arc of the whole thing. People complain about the freezing cold. They're scared of the slippery roads.
They totally hate shoveling.
Right? They hate it. But secretly, they are hoping the storm is big enough to give them a snow day.
They want the disaster so they can stay home in their pajamas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It turns a scary storm into a mini vacation.
So to bring this all together, for you listening, mastering this small talk isn't just about memorizing the word blizzard.
No, it's really about connection. When you complain that snow is piling up or you tell a coworker to stay warm, you're participating in a cultural ritual.
You're basically saying we are in this mess together.
Precisely. It turns a lonely, cold experience into a social one.
So here's a final provocative thought to leave you with. The source shows people hating the hard work of a storm, but secretly loving the excuse to stop working.
Right.
Next time bad weather hits, wherever you are, ask yourself, are you really annoyed Or are you secretly relieved to have an excuse to just take a break from the world?
That is a great question to end on.
Thanks for diving in with us today. Stay warm out there.
Goodbye.